Magnifique. Lovely.
Isn't Burke in yet?
If he is, he's keeping very quiet about it, Rex.
Look at the time, Harry. It's nearly 10 o'clock.
Well, perhaps he's had an accident.
You're just trying to cheer me up.
Look, don't take it to heart, Rex. Think of your blood pressure. If you drop dead, Susan might get very upset, you know.
Yeah, you're a laugh a minute this morning, you are, Harry. But it's not my funeral we're on about, is it? It's Rip Van Winkle if he doesn't get his finger out.
Good morning!
Good morning, Burke.
It hasn't been morning for hours, Burke. I mean, what time do you call this?
I'm sorry, Rex, I got stuck in the traffic.
Look, how many times do I have to tell you, Burke? Set off earlier.
I did, and that's why I'm late.
Eh?
It's even worse early on.
You do realise, don't you, Burke, that outside the warm, womb-like security of this office, there are long lines of faceless men standing in dough queues?
Yes, I do. My cousin Charlie's one of them.
Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that, Burke.
Yes, he was very upset about it.
Yeah, he was even more upset last week. He thought for a minute they were going to find him a job. It is the same one we met in the pub, isn't it? The one in the sheepskin coat and the gold teeth.
That's right.
Yes, that's the one. When I was going to buy a round, he said, "Oh, no, I'll get these. You're working."
Rex, there is nothing funny about seeing one's own kith and kin frittering his life away on a bench at the Labour Exchange.
There's nothing funny, Burke, about playing bloody income tax through the nose to keep him there.
Bourgeois.
Morning, Carol. Morning.
I don't suppose you're at the car now, do you, Carol?
Why, is your watch stopped again? I don't know, Rex. That watch has never been the same since the last works outing, when you went off into the sandhills with that blonde from packaging.
We were only looking for seashells, Carol.
In the long grass.
At least I didn't get my face slapped in the river caves.
Last time I went in the river caves, I got seasick.
You lost something, have you, Rex?
Just a magazine I bought. Harry, I thought it was in the desk here.
Oh, dear. What sort of magazine was
Just
it?
a magazine.
Oh, I see.
Perhaps the borrowers have got it.
The who?
The borrowers.
The borrower.
You know, they're these little people that come out at night after we've all gone home to bed and borrow things. That's why things are always going missing.
Well, you know, it's a terrifying thought to me, Burke, but if the Russians ever do invade us, it'll only be you and your generation between us and the Labour camps.
Strange. I felt sure I would have detected it the moment I walked down that corridor.
What's that, Jay?
The urgent throb of industry as my department buckles down to another day of supreme effort. Especially today of all days.
You're just kicking a few ideas around, yeah?
I'm paid to kick the ideas around, Rex. You're just paid to kick the staff, so kindly get on with it. Oh, Burke, you're all ready? What happened? Couldn't you sleep?
I don't have to take that, you know.
Of course you don't, Burke. You could always go and join Cousin Charlie, couldn't you, on that dole bench?
I am a human being.
Yeah, well, that's a question of opinion.
Well, I wonder what he meant, old Fletcher, by today of all days.
Funny, that's just what I was wondering.
It'll be that Mr. Craig he's on about, won't it?
Mr. Craig?
Mr. Craig, the new head of International Rentals Europe, from the Paris office. He's coming to see Mr. Fletcher today.
Oh, it's the day he's coming, is it?
I don't remember seeing you wear that tie before, Rex. New, is it?
This
Yeah.
day? I've had this ages.
They say he's looking for likely young men to build into a European team. Men of vision and initiative with a real European outlook on things.
Yeah, and can't you imagine what's going to happen the minute he walks through that door? Oh dear me. The lengths to which some people are going to go to try to make an impression.
Yeah, how long have you been smoking French cigarettes, Harry?
Oh, I just thought I'd try them.
Oh, I'm very disappointed in you, Harry. I really am. You don't think that petty little things like that are going to wash with David, dear?
David?
David Craig, that's his name.
Oh, I see. We're on first name terms,
Yes,
are
well,
we?
didn't you know, Harry? We used to share the same desk.
Yeah.
French cigarettes. You get a good laugh out of that, well, old day.
Yeah. Oh, look. That's not the magazine you were looking for, was it?
grey as a badger, oh, God.
Are these the figures you're looking for, Jack?
Just leave them there on the table, don't I?
You're not looking very well, Jack.
Oh, no, it's nothing. Complete mental and physical exhaustion, that's all. Found another grey hair today, Rex. Mrs. Fletcher's athlete's foot has raised its ugly head again.
You never range but it falls, Jack.
Well, how did Shakespeare put it? At first we ripe and ripe, and then we rot and rot. It's not easy putting a brave face on it here when knowing that Mrs. Fletcher's at home rotting.
Well, you're just depressed, Jack. Why don't you have one of your pills?
Well, I can't do that, not with Craig coming.
No, quite.
I mean, I've got to keep my wits about me. Why is he here? That's what I want to know.
Well, I heard he was looking for talent, actually, Jeff, for his new European team.
Don't believe everything you read in memos, especially on other people's desks. Did you know that Carol was a lifelong friend and confidant of Sonia, Craig's personal secretary?
No, Jeff.
Yes, apparently they were thrown off the same hockey team at school for making passes at the referee. Well, the point is that she's been giving Carol the lowdown on Craig.
Oh?
Doesn't get much lower.
Why?
Well, they send Craig out, it seems, when somebody's got to go.
What do you mean,
Yes. There was a certain Ramsbottom in the Sheffield office. You may remember him.
But he resigned, didn't he, Jeff?
Resigned, my foot. They couldn't sack him, you see, because it wouldn't look good. So they sent Craig to winkle him out.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Sadistic, Rex.
Well, how do you mean?
Well, at first it was little things. You know, they took his name off the door. And then they took the door. And then his secretary left. They said she was pregnant. She was nearly 60. Then they blacked out all his windows and said they were going to turn his office into a loo.
Good grief.
In the end, he tried to drown himself in the executive washroom, you know. They might never have got to him on time if they hadn't heard the water keep flushing.
That's terrible, Jeff.
Yeah, well, it's the world we live in, Rex. But forewarned is forearmed.
Right, Jeff.
Oh, Rex. If there should be any discussion about it, however circumspect, not a word about the grey hair.
Don't worry, Jeff.
According to Sonia,
Go on, Carol, it's only Rex.
you can usually tell who's for the chop the minute he walks into a place.
But how can you tell, though, Carol?
Well, it's the old mafia technique.
Eh?
The one he makes most fuss off's the one who gets the bullet.
You know what that is, don't you? That's the unacceptable face of capitalism.
Well, as one of the gnomes of Zurich, Burke, you should know.
20 years.
Yeah, it's amazing, that.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Carol? 20 years?
That's how long Mr. Ramsbottom served the firm when he got his. The magic figure, you see.
Well, how do you mean, Carol? The magic figure?
Well, that's another thing she mentioned. Seems if you've been here 20 years, they start to wonder why you're in a rut.
How long have you been here, then, Harry?
Now, you mind your own business, please, Berkey. Yes, coming in.
Well, now, this is where the real work's done around here.
Oh, Mr. Craig, how are you?
Mr. Craig, David to you, Rex, you know that. How are you, dear boy?
Fine, fine. I was just saying to Susan this morning when I came back from my usual 5-mile run, I never felt better.
It's Harry, isn't it? How are you, Harry?
Oh, can't grumble, you know, Mr. Craig. David. Have a cigarette, David.
I'll give it. Well, we're losing our hair, I see.
Ah, well, grass doesn't grow on a busy street, Dave.
How long have you been with us now, Harry?
Oh, not very long, Dave. No, I'm sure I haven't been here a day.
20
more than
years.
20
As long as that.
No,
well,
no.
how time flies. And this is Burke, isn't it? Huh? One of our bright young men. They tell me you're the brains behind this organization.
That gives you an idea of the organization, eh, Dave?
How are you, Mr. Craig?
This is the lovely Carol.
Mr. Craig?
I've heard a lot about you. I hear you're very interested in golf.
Oh, well, I'm taking lessons.
Well, you must let me give you one. I'm an expert.
Yes, well, if you'll just follow me, Mr. Craig.
It'll be a pleasure.
You couldn't wait to get that out, could you? That bit about 20 years.
Yeah, but what about you, Harry? I've got eyes on my head. I saw you smirk at Burke when he came to me first.
Yes, well, that was a bit significant, that, him singling you out.
Yeah, but it wasn't my receding hairline he noticed first, Harry.
It wasn't Rex, it was my brains.
my memo, John?
Yes, indeed. Precise, pithy, and to the point. I'm going to have it put on the board as an example to the staff.
Europe, John, Europe. What images does that conjure up in your mind?
Oh, I don't know. Sunshine, I suppose. Azure seas. All those oily bodies like rows and rows of frankfurters.
Eyeballs.
I beg your pardon?
Millions and millions of eyeballs.
Eyeballs?
Which should be glued to their international rental sets.
Oh, yes, of course.
We've got to get into Europe in a big way, John. But before we do that, we've got to cut through all this middle management deadwood of ours.
Did you have any particular deadwood in mind?
Oh, we know who they are, don't you worry.
Can I open a window?
What do you see out there?
What?
Through the window, what do you see?
The gasworks.
Oh, use your imagination, Fletcher. Come, the mind's eye. Luxembourg, Paris, Brussels, Dusseldorf, Rome.
Rome! The eternal city.
Been to Rome, John?
Oh, now and then, you know.
Do you see yourself as manager of our Rome branch? Masterminding multi-million lira deals from air-conditioned offices overlooking the Colosseum?
Why not? Europe, it's an open continent.
That's right. That's what this company needs. Men who eat Europe, drink Europe, and sleep Europe.
Of course we do.
You try getting the message across.
Well, they don't have our Dolce Vita, David. Our je ne sais quoi.
That's the point. We've got to do something about it. And that's what we're going to do.
Oh, yes.
What we're doing, we're setting up a sort of European orientation course. 2 weeks of brainwashing. And to do that, we're going to get all the people on the course right away from it all.
Oh, away from it all.
We've done a deal with one of the big shipping lines. We're chartering an entire liner. We're going to put the whole course on a cruise from here to Athens.
What a marvelous idea.
Brilliant, I'd say.
Whose idea was it?
Mine. Yes. So you'll keep the last 2 weeks in April free?
Me?
Yes, you. That's what I'm here for. We want you to be one of the people who goes along.
Oh, I see. What would you like me to lecture in? I'm afraid I'm a bit rusty.
No, not as a lecturer. As one of the guinea pigs.
But my department.
Oh, don't worry about that. I'll get Ronnie to sit in for you.
Ronnie?
My nephew. As a matter of fact, I've been looking for an opening for him for some time now.
Oh, yes.
After all, old boy, I mean, we're not all indispensable, are we?
Is he still in there then, Carol? Has he said anything?
Who?
JF.
What about? Well, anything.
Carol, Mr. Craig would like a cup of coffee.
Oh, right.
I found out what's going on, Rex. I knew it wouldn't take me long.
Oh, yes, JF.
Sent me on a cruise for a fortnight to Athens.
Oh, that's great, JF.
Oh, no, it isn't. Where's the worm in the apple? That's what I want to know. While I'm away for a fortnight getting blistered, he's going to get his nephew in here, getting his feet under my table.
Oh, no. His nephew?
Yeah. It's all this French business. It's gone to his head. He's even behaving like Napoleon. I wouldn't be at all surprised if he hadn't got his eye on the chairman's job for that uncle of his.
Oh, yeah.
But I foiled him, Rex. Oh, yeah.
You told him you weren't going on the cruise, did you, JF?
I did better than that.
Oh, yeah.
I told him you were going.
It's you.
I found our sheets on the porch.
Supposed to be on the porch. The laundryman picks them up today.
But Susan, on the porch! I mean, anybody could have gone off with them.
Rex, I doubt very much if anybody would want to go off with 4 dirty sheets and a tablecloth with a hole in it.
Yeah, but is this what you do all day, then? Read magazines and eat chocolates?
Well, it's my lunch break. What are you doing here anyway?
Well, it's my lunch break as well. Is there any reason why I shouldn't come home to lunch?
Of course not. Only just 10 miles each way, and you do only have an hour. Besides, you shouldn't be back here in the daytime. You're in the way.
Oh, I see. It's like that, is it? What are you dolled up for, anyway?
I'm not.
Yes, you are. You've got a dress on and I haven't tripped over anything. Who are you expecting?
Oh, with the doctor.
Oh, yes. How is Jenny's cough?
Oh, still whooping away. I've just been up there. I thought it was the hair trial, but it was just her coughing. Why don't you go up and see her? It might help to cheer her up.
Oh, no. I don't want to pick anything up. I've got enough on my plate. International rentals are not going to catch me with my head down the lavatory.
You've been to one of those farewell parties?
I wish you wouldn't keep saying things like that, Susan. If you really want to know, they're going to send me on a cruise.
Cruise?
Yeah, to Greece for a fortnight.
Greece? You're not going. It took me a week to get the sand out of your clothes the last time you went on a works outing. Anyone would think you've been rolling in it.
Susan, this isn't a works outing. It's more like a final journey.
Sure you've not been drinking?
Yeah, well, it could come to that, Susan. There's only so much a man can take, you know.
You tell me about this cruise.
Yes, well, they want me to go on a cruise for a fortnight. Last 2 weeks in April.
Who with?
You.
Me? Oh, Rex. Oh, I've always fancied a cruise. Oh, the last 2 weeks in April. Yeah, I'll go and ring Mother, see if she can have the
Just a minute, Susan. What about the worm in the apple?
What apple?
International rentals aren't going to send the likes of us off on a cruise for a fortnight for nothing.
Well, you just said they were.
Well, they are. But you ask yourself this. Why?
Oh, perhaps it's a sign of recognition. After all, you have been there for 20 years. Here, Rex, look, I shall need a new long dress for evenings. I can't wear that tatty old thing I've got upstairs, not if it's a cruise.
Susan, if they're sending me off on a cruise, it can only mean one thing. When I get back, there's going to be another pair of feet under my desk.
Whose feet?
Craig's nephew.
Who?
Well, he's got to start somewhere.
Rex, are you trying to tell me they're going to send you off on a cruise just to sack you?
Yeah, well, they do that to all the top men.
But you aren't a top man. You aren't even a middle man.
Of course. But they wouldn't send me off on a cruise to Greece just to get rid of me. I mean, it'd be too expensive. Yeah, I'd be lucky if I got a letter of thanks.
You know who's behind this, don't you?
Who?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it?
Is it?
Well, has Mr. Fletcher been going to the washroom with Harry again?
Harry? Of course. Oh, the rat.
Oh, he's trying to get you to back out so he can step in.
Oh, yeah. I better get back to the office, get hold of the tickets. Red sails on the sunset.
Rex,
Yeah?
leave the laundry on the porch, will you?
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you for lunch, Harry. But I still think you ought to let me pay you for half the wine.
No, JF. My treat. You enjoyed La Taverna, then?
Oh, excellent.
Well, just a whisper too much aubergine in the moussaka, I thought. But the ouzo, JF, the ouzo stirred the embers of memory.
I never knew you were such an authority on Greek cooking, Harry.
Neither did I.
Well, back to the grind.
Yes.
Good lunch, Harry. How was the goat's milk cheese?
You've got to keep light on your feet, Berkey. Light on your feet.
Now, come on, Carol. What's the matter? I can always tell. I saw the savage way you were circling those S's.
I had lunch with Sonia.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Craig's taking her on the cruise with him.
Craig's going on the cruise himself?
Yes, everybody who's anybody is, and they're all taking their secretaries. I don't know. I'm beginning to think I've nailed my colours to the wrong mast around here.
Oh, and about that date we made up in the golf links tonight, Mr. Fletcher, to iron the floors in my grip.
Yes.
I can't make it. I'm going 10-pin bowling with David.
David?
Mr. Craig.
Where's Rex?
Yes, the moussaka, you see, but it comes from a little village outside Athens. Down the road, turn left at the lights, you know. Hello.
2 tickets arrived for Athens for me, Burke, from head office.
Athens?
Yeah.
I haven't seen any.
Well, they must just be waiting for boarding passes, you know, sort of detailed ashore, that sort of thing, you know. They like to keep all those things together, you know. You taking the caravan to Scotland again this year, Harry?
Yes, that's right, yeah.
Yes, I went to Scotland once, you know. It was closed.
At least there'll be a job waiting for me when I get back.
Yes, I think I'll have to get some more suntandos, you know. I can't see all this lasting a fortnight, you know, not in that heat.
Rex, just a moment.
I probably want to know if my passport's still up to date. Yes, dear?
I want to ask you to forgive me.
Oh, yes, dear. What for?
It happened this morning in the washroom. I did something quite unforgivable.
Oh, yes.
I tried to shuffle off my heavy load onto your shoulders, and I realized that was quite wrong.
Oh.
I mean, it would have been simple for me to just let you go off and make a fool of yourself, calling the ship a boat and telling the captain to bring the wine list. I've seen that, Rex. But I happen to think that there's more to being head of department than just having your own private parking space.
Are you trying to tell me, JF, that I'm not going on the cruise after all?
Yes, that's right, I am.
I've just been out and spent £2 on suntan lotion.
Well, I could take some of that off you. I could do with something.
But what about Susan, JF? I just left her in town buying long-sleeve blouses.
That's my mind's made up, Rex. And that's the end of the matter. Kindly get back to your desk.
Did I ever tell you what the children said about you the last time you came to dinner, Jeff?
Get out.
The manager wants to see you, Mr. Fletcher.
Yes, yes.
It sounded important.
Not now, Carol. Carol, come over here. No, here, Carol, next to me. Now, look out there. What do you see?
Only the gasworks, Mr. Fletcher.
No, beyond the gasworks. Far into the distance.
I think you can see the town hall if you stand on a chair. I tried it once in the general office.
Carol, I see warm, romantic nights with the sound of the sea lapping against the ship. And in the distance, soft music fills the air. On deck, under a starlit heaven, just we two and the sound of our hearts beating together. Oh, Carol, the Isles of Greece, where burning Sappho loved and sang. Did I ever tell you that the hot climate has a most profound and curious effect on me?
No, Mr. Fletcher.
Yes, with the sun on my back, I become a positive demon of love.
Oh, Mr. Fletcher, I can imagine.
Mr. Fletcher, the manager's screaming for you.
Oh, yes. Right, I'm coming now.
JF,
Yes.
I'd adjust my dress if I were you before leaving.
Thank you.
What did you say when he told you?
Excuse me.
Oh,
Oh, well, I left him nothing short, Susan, you could believe me. He knows where he stands with me now, does Fletcher. I mean, I told him. I said, if you think I'm going to wash your car again on Saturday morning, you've got another thing coming.
and you're just going to leave it at that?
Well, what else can I do, Susan?
Well, if it was me, I'd resign on principle.
Oh, well, it's all right for you. I mean, you haven't got a wife, 2 children, and a budget regard to support.
And you were the one who kept telling the children you ought to be a starship captain.
Ba-boom. Ding-ding-dong.
Kiss me on a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday, a Saturday will do. But never, never on a Sunday, a Sunday, a Sunday. La 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 la.
Now, look here, Jeff, about this cruise.
There isn't going to be a cruise.
What?
You can kiss me on a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday, but Saturday's best.
What do you mean, JF? There isn't going to be a cruise.
When the chairman found out how much it was going to cost, he nearly went through the roof. Carol, do be quiet, dear. He nearly went through the roof.
Ah.
No, it seems that Craig has a brother on the board of the shipping line.
Oh, I see.
So Craig's been sacked, the cruise is cancelled, and the whole course has been switched to North Acton.
Oh, dear. Well, that must be a disappointment for you, JF. And for Mrs. Fletcher, of course. I mean, it was Mrs. Fletcher you intended taking with you, wasn't it?
Yes, of course.
Anyway, you'll be near the tube station, JF.
Well, I can't possibly be spared.
Oh, no, sorry, JF. I'm taking Susan to Majorca for 2 weeks at the end of April, and I've got to consolation. But there is a member of our little team who is very ready to stop at nothing to get on the course.
Yes, there is, isn't there?
And you did hear the mocking waver singing Greek songs as you came down the corridor now, didn't you, Jeff? It wouldn't surprise me, you know, if he'd heard all about this before you did.
Oh? Ask Harry to step in here a minute, would you?
Certainly, Jeff. Harry.
Yeah. What?
Congratulations, Harry.
North Acton? No.
Enjoy yourself.